King Chidi and Queen Obioma, who had been married for years, finally had children. They had a prince and a princess who were identical twins and who looked alike as two drops of rain. But an event of having male and female twins who were identical was not common, and so it carried great omen. The children must be kept apart so that no one may use them for deception or to cause strife, said the royal seer to the king and queen who consulted him on the birth of their twins. And so the king and queen decided that the prince, who they named Prince Arinze, would be raised in the palace as the future king, while Princess Chioma would be sent to another village where she would grow up as a lady of royal status. She was to be raised under the guidance of her mother's sister. As the years passed, the twins grew into adults, but although they were raised separately, they shared a strong bond as they communicated regularly through secret letters and messages while they were growing up. But as they grew to adulthood, their duties pulled them to different paths. Years later, the king, their father, died, and Prince Arinze was to ascend the throne as the new king. The village was in a festive mood to celebrate the king as they prayed that his reign would bring prosperity and peace to the land. At the royal feast which was organized to celebrate the coronation of Prince Arinze, who was now king, the new king collapsed in the middle of the celebration. The people were surprised as the king looked lifeless and no one knew what had happened to him. However, what they did not know was that a maiden had put poison into King Arinze's cup of wine during the feast, and she was sent to do that by the evil chief Maduka, who was the oldest chief in the palace. He wanted the throne for himself, and he knew that if King Arinze died, the throne would be passed to him, as King Arinze did not have a son yet. As King Arinze laid in his royal chambers unconscious, the whole kingdom was unsettled, as no one knew what was going to become of him. The news of the calamity spread far and wide to the village where Princess Chioma was, and she was troubled as to what had happened to her twin brother, and so she decided to go and see him. But before she left, she took herbs that were strong enough to cure any poison. So, under the cover of the dark night, the crickets chirping in the bushes, Princess Chioma risked her identity to return to her kingdom to nurse her brother back to health. After applying the herbs she brought with her, the king regained consciousness and was able to sit up, but he was still very weak. The poison was a potent one and so would require treatment for some time before it could be completely healed. "You must reign in my stead, sister, until I regain my strength," whispered King Arinze. "I don't want the kingdom to fall into the wrong hands. I suspect someone is trying to take the throne from me and want me out of the throne. They will definitely take the throne if they know I am still weak," he said to her. Chioma was not sure if she could go along with the plan, but she agreed for the sake of her brother. So every day, she would dress up as the king, using fake beards and faking her voice just so she could protect her brother and kingdom from falling into the wrong hands. As time passed, Princess Chioma proved to be a capable leader. She was wise and caring towards the people and quickly gained the people's trust. But even though Princess Chioma loved her people, with time, the responsibility began to weigh down on her. The stress of ruling a kingdom, keeping King Arinze's state of health a secret, and also trying to find out who wanted King Arinze's throne was exhausting, and she began to miss the quiet life she had. One night, Chioma disguised as a simple maiden and sneaked away from the palace to relax and to be normal again. She walked in the bush path for a while until she reached a small community in the forest. There, she met a trader called Ekene. Ekene was a jovial man who had a cheerful personality, and his character and attitude lifted her spirit and made her happy. Chioma and Ekene fell deeply in love over the days that they met each other, But Ekene did not know Chioma's true identity. He thought she was just a simple maiden. But after some time, Chioma had to go back to her life in the palace. The kingdom was prospering under Princess Chioma's rule, but Chief Maduka was becoming suspicious because the poison ought to have killed the king, but he still seemed healthy, carrying out his royal duties, unknown to him that was Princess Chioma disguising to be the king. He sensed that something was off about the king and plotted to bring him down. In the village, Ekene continued his life as a trader, buying and selling gold and precious stones, which was his trade. But his heart was longing for the maiden he met earlier. If only he could see her again, he thought to himself. That night, Chioma sneaked away from the palace again, hoping to meet Ekene in the village. But she didn't know that Chief Maduka had sent spies who had been watching her. As soon as she was away from the palace, they captured her and revealed her identity to the chief at last. "Impostor!" shouted Chief Maduka as he pointed at a knife at Chioma. "I knew you were not the king. The poison I used is too strong for the king to still be alive and healthy," he said. At this point, Chioma was shocked to know that Chief Maduka was the one who was after the throne. "The kingdom is mine by right," he said. "Surrender the throne or your life will be mine," shouted Chief Maduka. Just then, Ekene was taking a stroll in the bushes and stumbled upon them. He recognized Chioma's love in danger. Bringing out his sword, he challenged Chief Maduka to fight him in order to win Chioma's freedom, not knowing that she was truly the queen. The fight was to take place on the next day, with the whole kingdom witnessing it. The next day, everyone gathered at the village square. Everyone was silent as Ekene and Chief Maduka circled each other with their weapons drawn towards each other. Chioma watched on in anguish, afraid that Ekene would be hurt, as she had not told him the truth about her identity. At that instant, King Arinze appeared with his royal guard and shouted that the fight be stopped at once. Everyone was surprised to see the king and the princess who looked identical. King Arinze had recovered from the poison and his guards had investigated and found the maiden who poisoned his wine. She had confessed to them that she was sent by Chief Maduka. The twins embraced each other in tears, and the truth hit Ekene and he realized who Chioma truly was. "You are a traitor. It was you who sent someone to poison me because you wanted the throne for yourself," King Arinze shouted as he was pointed at Chief Maduka. "Your evil deeds have been revealed and your betrayer will be punished." Chief Maduka was angry that he was humiliated in front of the villagers. He rushed at the king with his weapon in order to hurt him, but Ekene quickly blocked him and disarmed him of his weapon, which fell to the ground. King Arinze asked his guard to arrest Chief Maduka. As for Ekene and Princess Chioma, she told him the story of how she had to hide who she was from everyone in order to protect her family's legacy and the kingdom. Ekene and Chioma's love grew against soulhood and they were to get married. The wedding of Princess Chioma to her brave champion Ekene caused celebration along the land. Although Ekene was a commoner, King Arinze recognized his noble character and courage and gave him a place in his royal cabinet along with Princess Chioma, who he also made second in command in the kingdom. King Arinze also chose a queen and they grew together in love and happiness. The kingdom prospered and enjoyed peace under the reign of their rule. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next time.